So I know it's been a long time since the last video that we uploaded, and that's partially my fault. I got demotivated, but we are finally back with the whole go-kart project. Last time we left off, we were building the custom suspension for it. All we were missing is the tabs and then to install it on the go-kart. Today, we're just gonna finish the tabs. Simple enough process, kind of long, kind of boring, but hopefully with this, we're able to move forward, put all the suspension on the final piece, put it on the go-kart, and get it set up for next video. That way you guys can see the finished product. Anyways, bear with me while I get changed, and we'll get started. Now that I'm all changed, I'm gonna show you guys something really quick. Last time I think you guys saw that we ended up cutting something like this out. These are the tabs that I was originally gonna use, but there are a couple inconsistencies with these tabs. First of all is the welding. The welding is not gonna be perfect and it was gonna leave a big gap. And with our suspension, we wanted to make sure that it was as sturdy as possible. That way we don't have to come back and revisit it, unless we wanna make upgrades. Second of all, these weren't all the same size. Because of how thick the metal was, I didn't want anything bending. I didn't have necessarily the right tools to make these all perfect. So we're kind of making do with what we have. So we made a little template the other day and we cut them out to be a little bit better. So now these are all gonna be the exact same size. They're gonna have the radius of the pipe so that we are able to weld around it perfectly and get close enough that it is structurally sound. And these are all going to be mostly the same size. Some of them are a little bit fatter than others, but overall they're going to be pretty identical from tab to tab. But we have to make 8 of these, so let's cut out the other 6.
Heard you're moving toward the city, greener grass and smaller fields, fancy brunches, counting money. The kind of life you take if you could steal. I heard you're flying from the Midwest, had enough of these dirt roads. You aren't asking for forgiveness, so it must be there is nothing I am owed. It's been a long night, chasing all the demons, just a fast ride away.
And just like that, all the 8 tabs are done, but as you guys can see, we ran out of daylight. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow when we're installing this on the rest of the frame. So now it's a new day. Yesterday we finished cutting the tabs and making them look kind of pretty. Today we're gonna fill up the holes. We're gonna drill out the holes. That way we're able to put it on the rest of the assembly before we start testing the suspension. Let's finish drilling the holes. We're gonna take out the other parts, make sure everything fits, hopefully weld it together. The weather is kind of turning on us, so we'll see how much we get done today. But hopefully we're able to finish the holes, mount it to the thing, and test to see if our suspension is gonna work the way we want it to work. Let's get those holes done. We ended up finishing cutting all the tabs with a bigger hole. That way it's able to fit the hole. We've already tested it. Everything looks to be fine. Now we gotta transfer all these tabs to the rest of the suspension. Last time you guys saw it, we finished out with welding everything together and making it look pretty. Still sitting as pretty as it could for now. We still, of course, gotta finish some other tabs. But these are gonna sit on the edges and sit something like that. Of course, you know, there's inconsistencies and everything, but we're gonna weld these front ones and make sure that these are flat first, and then we're gonna measure them out from there, make sure they fit more or less how we want them to. And then from there, we're gonna put the rest of the suspension on, make sure everything fits, and then fully weld everything. So let's get these tabs on there and let's get it welded. we finished putting the front tabs in, as you guys can see. Now the issue that we're gonna fight is how to mount these back tabs. So here's my idea to fight that issue of the tabs. We're gonna take one of the old suspension pieces, or one of the suspension pieces in general. We're gonna mount it in place, and then we're gonna bolt the other side of the tab to where we want it to be to get the rough general area of where we're gonna mount it. We are gonna add a washer, that way we have a little bit of tolerance in between the parts. That way we're not fighting it every single time we have to take it on and off. And then after that we're gonna fully weld it and fully put in the suspension to see how it finally looks. So let's do that. So what we're gonna do is put the bolt in, put that little washer, has a little bit of clearance, put in a little piece, and then at the end where the tab sits is where we want it to sit. Theoretically speaking, if it was to sit tight, it would sit like something like this. And then from here, we know that it fits this way with a little bit of wiggle room, right? Because we need this to move just a hair. Now we just got to make this flat with that.
With
Same thing we did here.
oh,
Just this way.
oh, okay,
Does that seem like it's gonna work?
yeah.
Damn, I did this shit fucking
You did
perfect.
so good, babe.
So now we're back on the final day where we're finally going to be able to get this fully welded up. We went and fixed some stuff. We have the welder fully set up. I need to clean the material to make sure that it's perfectly prepped, because prep is 90% of the work. And then let's fully weld this so we can put it on the go-kart for the first time. Sounds so nice. just like that, we just finished welding. It looks good. I think it looks really good. Now we need to put this on the go-kart to make sure that it's everything solidified, to get it centered, and to get the suspension on the go-kart for the first time ever. I hope you guys are excited, because I'm excited. This has come a long way. This has taken us, I think, 4 months to do. And it's been kicking my ass, but it looks good. It functions good. We did test it before welding it together. It looks like it's going to be fun. But let me show you guys what it looks like on the go-kart. Boom! The go-kart's back. As you guys can see, it hasn't been touched since the last time we put the rear end on it. And that's mainly because I don't like this front suspension setup. But now we have the new front suspension, and it's going to sit roughly here. We did make it so that it should basically mount up, and then we're able to weld it. That way it's structurally sound. Instead of telling you guys this huge idea of what we're going to do, let me instead show you. So we have the finished, the welded product. This is actually going to sit in the front, right about there, more or less. And so everything from here, the suspension is going to bolt on, and it should give us roughly the same wheelbase. I think we're gaining a wheelbase of about 1 inch. But apart from that, pedals are still active as much as they can be. That shouldn't get in the way. Suspension should be fine to travel. It should actually line up with the rear axle really well. And the only thing we're gonna have to change is the steering setup. So if you guys have any ideas as to what I can do for the steering setup, please let me know, because we have some ideas in the works, but I'm still not solidified on any of them. But for now, we need to find the center so we can mount this on either end of it, clean everything up, and then tack this in place so that we can bolt up the suspension for the first time. Let's get to it. I don't know if it's exactly straight. Kind of sucks.
And it's hard because it's not on the floor and it's not level.
You need to make sure it's like level to the car, and then we need to make sure it's not twisted in any way. So I'm gonna grind this real quick, and then we'll get everything else out.
you guys can see, we finally have it on the go-kart after 7 months of trying. But we finally have it on the go-kart and it looks pretty good. As you guys can see, that side is drooping lower than this side, but that is something I think I can fix. But either way, this side is actually going to be a little too low for what we're going for right now. Other than that, I think it looks phenomenal. We do need to cap off some of the stuff and make sure that we protect the welds. So we are going to do that in a later episode. Because after this, all that's really missing is paint. We are waiting on some parts for suspension, or for steering. Which, again, if you guys have any ideas for, please let me know, because I'm gonna kind of jerry rig it for now until we figure out something better. And then everything goes back together. So, thank you guys for watching. I will catch you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.